welcome back to Soaring Soul. Today we are going to have another pick a card reading. So we'll reveal the cards, we'll add some crystals, use whatever you need to guide you to the right card for you, or indeed more than one. You're never restricted, you can be drawn to 2 piles or indeed all 3, wherever it is that you're drawn to. So let me reveal the cards to help you choose. First, we have Faith, Humanity and Benevolence. We then have Bridget, Inner Strength, our beautiful Irish goddess whose feast day we just had a bank holiday for yesterday. And Diana, Focused Intention. So I will add the crystals to help you to decide if you like to use crystals. So here are your crystals. This is your crystal for pile number 1. This is your crystal for pile number 2 and pile number 3. So take a moment now to decide which pile or which piles you are drawn to. Hi, pile number 1. You chose our beautiful blue lapis lazuli and our Faith card. So let's see what the cards hold in store for you. What messages does pile number 1 need to hear today? Very drawn to this one. I definitely feel like we only want 4 tea leaves. This is our beautiful Angel Wisdom Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. So thank you for revealing what pile number 1 needs to hear today. Okay, I'm hearing 5 cards. Oh, 6. And also Radleigh Valentine, actually. Angels and Auras Oracle deck. We can pull more if we need to. And of course my old faithful Work Your Light Oracle deck. Hello, there we go. Okay, so let's see what we have. What does pile number 1 need to hear today? Angel, spiritual guidance and protection from harm. Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. September. And Claw, be careful not to take risks. I'm going to, let that fit there. Yeah, okay. And our Oracle, Work Your Light Oracle deck. Interesting. Interesting that we've pulled Angel here about protection from harm, and Guardian Angels card here, protection as well. Clarity, spirituality, wisdom. And I'm sure I've seen something else about spirituality. Anyway, we'll get into the reading. So now our tarot, strength, wise counsel, spirituality again. The sun, beautiful. Justice and awakening. Okay, let me see. I'm going to try and squeeze these in. Okay. Wow. Lovely cards. Lovely cards. Okay, let's feel into these now and see what are the messages for you today. So I'm definitely, the first card we pulled was Angel. We then went to the Oracle deck. And again, Guardian Angels came out. Both cards talking about protection. So you are definitely protected at this time with whatever it is you've got going on. Do not be tempted to lower your standards and be careful not to take risks. So there's a situation unfolding in your life. You're moving into some new territory. And there's a lot about spirituality here too. So I feel like you are beginning to either explore deeper the spiritual side of yourself. I like to call it the rabbit hole, going down the rabbit hole of spirituality. Or indeed, if you've been on that journey for a while, because of course, remember, this is a collective reading, so the messages need to resonate with multiple people. So there's a couple of angles to look at them from. If you've been going down the spirituality path for a while, I feel like you're getting ready to make more of a business out of it. And I use business, but the word isn't sitting right with me. I feel like you're getting ready to expose yourself more. So you're getting ready to put yourself out there a little bit in what it is you are believing in, your newfound beliefs or your newfound interest, be it card reading or mediumship or whatever. You know, I see spirit relationships here, intuition, connection, signs. I did see something else. Which card was it? We'll get to it, about spirituality. So you're very, very protected. But you're really, really, maybe this reading is for me too. You're really so worried about the opinions of others that you are going to dim your light or dilute your message, dilute what it is you actually want to say. And we have the claw, the do not take risks card. And I think that's very closely linked to lowering your standards. So don't dilute your message. Don't dim your light. What I have found is when you begin to speak, it is amazing how many people you know and you wouldn't think are really into this stuff as well, and actually really, really open to it. And you've gone down this rabbit hole. You're going down the rabbit hole. I like to call it a rabbit hole because that's what it is. I find that the more you find out, the more questions that are raised. There's just so much our conscious mind in our human experience just doesn't know. And when you start opening up to it, the information that comes either intuitively or in downloads, or as I like to call it, the remembering, and what you glean from exploring and listening to other spiritual people talk, and you know, we all have our spiritual mentors. There's just so much information that comes forth, and I'm immediately drawn to Align Your Life. Now, I usually use these cards for imagery, and so that you're having a little bit of a reshuffle of who you are, who you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You have become and are becoming a very, very different person. So you're putting yourself back together. You're shuffling aspects of yourself. And I feel like that's going to be a really positive thing for you. We see here with the sun, we see here with happiness, vibrancy, energy, hope, that this is going to lead to great things for you. I see this priestess here and this age of light card. So this always, not always, but often when I see this card, and what I'm seeing for this pile, actually I'm feeling it really strongly for pile number 1, is we are all light beings. You are a light being and you've been sent here to do this work. So whatever the work it is, you came here with that mission. Here we have the priestess. Accept these downloads that are coming to you. Accept this knowledge that's coming into you and has been for some time. So what I'm seeing here in this card is, it's already here. A lot of it is already there. You've accepted information. You've allowed downloads to come into you. But there is a lot more coming. I feel like just open up to it. And then you step into this role of almost, I'm hearing the words wise one in my ear. And I'm seeing this magic in her hands. If you can see that on the card, there's 2 balls of light in your hand. Wow. So who you're becoming, this little reshuffle that you've got going on, of aspects of you, wow, is leading you to a position of great respect. However, and I'm immediately brought down here, it's not always easy to get there because, and I mentioned it in another reading recently, as you realign, as you reshuffle, as you change, there's lots of people who in your life who feel that unconsciously, subconsciously feel that and can be really adverse to it. So you've got to stand firm. Yeah, do not be tempted to lower your standards. You've got to stand firm and be strong in moving forward on what it is that you want to do. And in this card, there's a number of meanings here. I'm drawn to avoid people who are a lack of integrity or questionable motives. Listen, lads, they're out there. Lord knows they're out there. And they're the type of energies who really become adverse when we begin to raise our vibration, when we begin to move into things that they don't necessarily understand or aren't ready to understand. But as you step into power, your own power, the power that exists within us all really, but as you in particular, pile number 1, there is definitely something in you, something special that you came here with. You're getting your downloads, you're remembering, and you're going to step forward into this almost leader role. And I say a leader, there will be people who look up to you greatly. This can make some people very, very, very uncomfortable. Here we go. I knew I'd seen it. Unity with spiritually minded community. Absolutely. That's the space that you've been moving into. And as you begin to speak your truth, as you begin to share the wisdom, the knowledge, the information that you've gained, and stepping into this role, that spiritual community, you're going to build your own one. Yeah. But at this stage of your transition, it's really important to have yourself a strong community, be it communities like, YouTube communities, whatever it is, but that you have like-minded people who are open. I always find it wonderful just for a sense check, because so many people in our lives, when we begin to talk like this, when we begin to share these insights, for a lot of people who they're just not ready. They're just not ready to hear it. They're not ready to know it. And this may not be their lifetime that they ever are ready. But we can, come into a lot of naysaying and a lot of sometimes mockery. Some people find it like to laugh sometimes. Really important that you have your spiritual people, your like-minded people that just balance that out. And even just to sound your ideas off or practice, if you're trying to enhance some gifts or bring some gifts forward, really, really important to have those people. The awakening is part of that. I think you've been on this road for a while, but I feel like there's a shift coming. The awakening. This is saying the card says a temporary reflection, pause. I'm not necessarily feeling that. I feel like you need to get going. You are absolutely protected. We have our angels here. We have our loved ones in spirit, your spirit relationships. I think you've definitely had experiences with the spirit world. You may not have admitted to yourself that you have, but you definitely have. Your angels are protecting you. Don't lower your standards. The outcome, the sun, the happiness, the vibrancy, the priestess card, the outcome for you will be a positive one, but we've got a little bit of a journey to navigate on the way. So some of these individuals, we need the strength. Some of these individuals who, and they're not necessarily bad people, they're just not ready. They're just not at that stage in their development. So I'm not saying that there's awful people in your life waiting to tear you down. Not at all. It's just often is driven by their discomfort. They're not being ready. I've said it already. They're not being ready to hear what it is you've got to share. And we got to respect that. I suppose I always feel like we can plant seeds, but nobody has to nurture and grow that seed. It just may not be what their path is. Remember, we're all on our own paths. I really believe we don't have to make other people agree with us. We speak our truth. We share what we've learned. We share our wisdom. We share our light. And those that are ready will be drawn. Yeah, so I think it's really important to acknowledge that some people who may be indeed very, very dear to you, they're just not ready. It's just not their time. That doesn't mean that you have to cut them out of your life. It just means maybe you don't share as much of this with them if it makes them uncomfortable and their reaction then makes you uncomfortable. There is plenty of people who are ready to hear you, who are ready to share in your message. Find those people. I feel actually, I've just got a really strong feeling like you have a powerful spiritual leader getting ready to make themselves known to you. You're going to come across somebody, you're going to stumble across somebody. I don't know if they're going to, you're definitely going to find somebody who actually is going to bring you quite quickly on this next phase, this broader awakening that's about to happen to you. These downloads are coming in, and you know you're in a, actually it's here in the cards, you're in a transition. This is it perfectly. Here you are, this powerful being of light. You've already got a lot of information, a lot of downloads have come in, some stuff that you just came in with. You're having your, as I mentioned already, the remembering. There's more information ready to come as you open up. It's going to cause a little transformation for you, a little bit of reshuffle of who you are, what your priorities are, and out is going to emerge this powerful person with magic and a wonderful message to share. Stand up for what you believe in. You will win if your position is one of integrity. So yes, there's so many rumblings, and I've heard so many rumblings of the spiritual space becoming almost commercial and sometimes people are coming out of alignment a little bit in that space. So really important to work from your light, work from a place of integrity. I do believe we work from a place of service. It doesn't mean that we're not entitled to be remunerated for that service, but stand in the integrity. Remember what your true message is. Try not to get swept up in the spirituality industry as it's kind of becoming known. Okay, but do that. Stay true to your values. Work from a place of integrity, and there are great things ahead of you. Just be wary of some of these people. And like I said, it doesn't mean they're bad people or they want to cut you out of their life. You may just need to. And I have already said, don't be dimming your light. That's not dimming your light, just not sharing everything with everybody all the time. It's not dimming your light. It's curating where you share your message and who you share your message to. You stand strong in your beliefs, stand strong on what it is you want to achieve. But for certain individuals, you need to, the word protect came in, you almost need to protect you and them and that relationship from those reactions. It's not dimming your light, because for the more people who will be willing to hear than not, believe it or not, your message is really important. What it is you have to share and the work you have to do here is really important. So pile number 1, that has been your reading. If you've picked another pile, I'll see you there. If not, see you next time. Bye. Please remember to like and subscribe to never miss a video. And I would love to hear in the comments if this resonated with you, and comments really help the page to grow and for these messages to get out to more people who need to hear them. So thanks. See you soon. Hi, pile number 2. You picked our beautiful Bridget and Inner Strength and our gorgeous green crystal. So let's see what the cards have in store for you today. What does pile number 2 need to hear? Thank you for revealing to us what pile number 2 needs. Ooh, this green one's calling to me. Ooh. Oh, these tea leaves can be so tricky. Okay, now let's have a look at our Radleigh Valentine Angel Power Tarot. Let's see what it's got. What does pile number 2 need to hear today? Thank you. Okay, quite a few there. And again, I only realised when I started shuffling for pile number 1, another Radleigh Valentine deck. Angels and Auras. I'm only hearing 2 from here. And then my trusty Rebecca Campbell Work Your Light Oracle deck. I definitely need a third. I need a shuffle. Thank you for revealing to us. Okay, so let's see what the cards, the angels, the spirit world, whatever way you want to look at it, what they want to reveal to us today. November. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Oh, broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Interesting. Wealth, nice. News is on the way, bird flying. How am I going to squeeze all these in? Let's see. I'm not going to get there. There we go. These bridges are interesting that we've literally got a contradiction. Oh, just means there's more than one problem. Let's have a look. Okay. Sorry, what am I doing here? So again, I don't focus too much on the words with the Rebecca Campbell deck. I like to work with the imagery. Renewed connections. Communication, interesting. Renewed connections and communication. And then our tarot, the star. Wow. Okay. We've got room to pull another 1 or 2 if we need further insight. So let's feel in and see what we've got going on here. So immediately the bridge. There's 2, I feel, major things on your mind at the moment. 2 situations that I think are probably linked, actually. Yeah, I feel like they are linked. So maybe it's 2 aspects of one situation. and feel into it. Feel into it. And actually, the aspect of it that isn't going to work out for you is because you are wishing for something in that scenario that really in your heart of hearts, you know, isn't the right thing. You are saying that you want that outcome or that you want to overcome it in a certain way because you feel like that's what you need to say, or that is what is expected of you to say. And I actually feel like it's a relationship with somebody. And I feel that you know you need to let that relationship go. But you're not being truthful with yourself right at this moment in time. Again, this is a collective reading. So whatever you need to feel into yourself, you know the answer as to which relationship or what type of relationship this is. And that relationship, and when I say let it go, I'm not saying go and cut somebody out of your life if you don't feel genuinely that's the right thing to do, but maybe it's just a different approach to that relationship. It's a reprioritization of that relationship, which is coming up as an unsuccessful outcome to a problem because you haven't admitted to yourself that you know that's what needs to happen. So ultimately it will it will be a successful outcome if you listen to your inner voice, listen to your inner knowing, and make the changes that you need to make to that relationship. To ultimately, and with that, the other issue, whatever that other pressing issue is, I think the release of this relationship or the change of this relationship will make this transition a whole lot easier. And again, I'm seeing these renewed connections next to here. This relationship is blocking. It's blocking other relationships in your life. So is it that there are either other people in your life that because of this particular relationship kind of keep a bit of distance, or indeed this person is actively keeping you from others in your life? Yeah. So your reevaluation of this relationship and taking the action that really deep down you know you need to take is going to open up so many renewed connections. And actually, I think it will ultimately lead you to a place. I just feel like your life will be, I'm trying to find the words. I can feel it in my gut, but I can't find the words. Your life. Oh, yeah. So I just heard abundance in my ear. Your life will be more abundant, way more abundant, in terms of abundance isn't just about financial. I'm not necessarily seeing financial hardship or anything like that, but abundance refers to all parts of our lives, our happiness, our emotional health, our the people in our lives, our relationships, our all kinds of things. And I think in a non-materialistic way, I feel like in a relationship, emotional, almost mental health type of way, your life will be enhanced as a result of this, what initially seems like an unsuccessful outcome to a problem, but actually it will drive you forward. Drive you forward, I feel like. Yeah, that's all I want to say there. Wealth. Forgot about the wealth card. And I'm feeling the wealth isn't necessarily financial wealth. I don't feel hardship, but I feel like the wealth is in you feeling enriched in your life with the relationships and the communications that you have. Although now this is a timeless reading. I'm reading this earlier in the year. You're either seeing this in and around November, or for you, November is going to be the time that this realization strikes. So there might be a period. Oh, here we go. Our transformation card in the middle. There might be a period of there absolutely will be a period of transition. And I've just been drawn to Bridget and the inner strength. It's going to take a little bit of an inner strength to make the changes. This situation has a very deep-rooted hold on you. It's a fairly long-standing relationship. And I've just felt like I've just seen someone's hands but like roots coming off their fingers and going into you. They, you know, you've been held in this relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, it's very deep seated and you've been held there. And again, it could be a romantic relationship, a family relationship, which are always harder to extrapolate, or a really old friendship. Remember, this is a collective reading, so you've got to feel into it and feel what works, what sits right with you. But it's a deep-rooted relationship. So news is on the way. What does that mean? Let me feel into that. News is on the way. This person's there's gonna be a trigger. This is the news. You know what I'm saying is correct. You know that this relationship needs to be reevaluated. And there's something this person is going to say or do that's going to trigger you to finally wake up and go, actually, I need to take this action to change this relationship for my own good. And good it is, you know, the star, have faith, the future is bright, dreams come true, changes that bring to an end challenging times, light at the end of the tunnels. That's what this is leading you to. Creating heaven on earth, that's happening. So, you know, it's all there for you. And I'm feeling, these are some of the people who are going to flow into you. I very much feel like these don't necessarily represent you. I think this will lead you to a new romantic relationship or a resurgence of your existing one. So if this is a partner, maybe it's a reevaluation of that relationship that actually will make the relationship stronger. But other than that, I think clearing this stagnation of this relationship will, if you're hoping for a romantic partner, I absolutely think that will help. That doesn't mean this is a romantic partner, but this relationship has you in such a way that your vibration is different and you'll attract in different people. The reevaluation of this relationship is actually going to be a really positive thing for you. And you know, these are the people who it's going to be attracting in, you know, a new relationship, really compassionate and sage, wise friendships that I actually feel like I feel like these are renewed connections as opposed to. So again, who is it that you've kind of grown distant from, but whose friendship you really, really valued? And they were just a good thing in your life. Compassionate, loyal, intelligent, perceptive. Like, I feel like there's somebody who's become distant in your life. Probably as a result of this, whatever this does to you, that actually you really miss, but who was really, really good for you. And I feel like that connection can be renewed, and it feels like more than one person. For some of you, actually, I've just really strongly felt like there is a group of friends who you've become distant from, and they're just there waiting to welcome you back. They're just there waiting to welcome you back. And then there's this. And I've also felt like you'll feel more worthy. Oh God, I felt that really clear. I heard worthy in my ear. You'll feel more worthy of love once this is evaluated. So indeed, if you're in an existing relationship, and it's not the problem relationship that I'm talking about, you're going to feel more worthy of love when you make the changes that you need to here. And that relationship will re-blossom almost because you feel worthy of it. Because for some of you, this relationship has you not feeling worthy of love, which of course is rubbish, but a really common emotion, for a really common feeling towards feeling love. Lots of people don't feel worthy of love. Yeah. And I keep getting drawn to the self-sacrificing on this card. That's what this is for you. You're self-sacrificing for this individual, for this relationship, and it's kind of blocking all of this for you. So it's time to take a little bit of action there. And I do believe you will. I do believe you will. You know, this imagery is bringing to me this kind of rockiness, this kind of dark water here, but you're going to come out of it. And you're staring off into the light and something new. That's what's ahead of you. once you kind of address this. I feel that very strongly for you. I feel like you absolutely can do it. You absolutely can. And mark my words, by November or later, or in a number of months, so this is February, you know, so in that kind of distance, those number of months, you're going to be in a completely different place, and your life is just going to be so much more enriched with meaningful relationships, and indeed your relationship with yourself. You're feeling worthy of love. The self-sacrificing doesn't need to happen in these relationships. It doesn't need to happen. So you'll move away from that energy too. Yeah, so some tough decisions to make. A little bit of transformation on the way, but, you know, amazing. It's going to be for the better. I feel that really strongly. So pile number 2, this has been your reading. Thank you for joining me today. I hope it resonated. Please like and subscribe to never miss a video. And I'd really appreciate a comment if something resonated with you, because that really helps the readings get found by others who need to hear the messages too. Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. You chose the beautiful Diana with focused intention and this lovely bronzy, goldy, browny crystal. There's an iridescence here that you probably can't see on the camera. So let's see what the cards have in store for you. We'll start with our tea leaves. Thank you. What does pile number 3 need to hear today? And these 2 want to come. Okay. Okay, this is our Angel Power Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. Oh, hello. That one definitely wants. Ooh, that feels significant. Okay, I'm going to leave it at the bottom actually, because I think it will tie stuff together for us. No. Okay, always pull some more if we need clarity. So another Radleigh Valentine deck. Angels and Auras. Actually, there's I think Douglas Fraser co-created this with him. There's a third. We need a third. That one. Okay. And my trusty Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. Oh, there's 2 there. That's it. Okay, let's see what the cards have for you today. Pile number 3. What do you need to hear? Haystack, karma. You will reap what you have sown. Fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Candle, you will be shown the way. And parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Okay. So, sorry, just trying to get them all in so I can still read them. Okay, oracles, what do they have for us? Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm definitely getting a feeling of what this reading is about. Interesting. We've got 2 archangels coming out. Ooh. That's the best way to lay these out now. Okay. Okay. So, let me see if I can squeeze these in. Okay. I have a definite feeling that you are having some challenges with your family at this moment in time. I feel like there has been a situation that has been unfolding and unfolding and unfolding, and everybody's caught up in it. And everybody's views have become muddied. I always like to say there's 3 sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth. And I say the truth. It doesn't mean people are lying. It's just the perspective in which we see things from, particularly when we're involved in them ourselves. There's quite a prickly situation that's been going on for a while. And I definitely feel like it's your family. Again, a collective reading. So be it your family you were born into or the family that you've created yourself, your extended family, it just feels like family. It could be, maybe, like really close, old, long-seated friendships either that almost feel like family. But for most of you, it's going to be people that you are actually related to. And I feel like you need to, I'm immediately being drawn here. So this card for me, it says something different, cracked open, and it's happening for you, not to you. Actually, I rarely read the words on that one, which is one of my favorite phrases, is happening for you, not to you. But in this situation, I think you need to, I'm just having an image of you dropping everything, as in all the emotion and the concepts and your beliefs, and he did, she did, this is what I think, this is how I feel. I think you need to try for a moment and put that all down and put yourself into a position just for a while to look at this whole thing from with fresh eyes. Imagine for a moment that this whole scenario is happening to somebody else that you know, and try and look at it subjectively. Because I do think you're a little bit tied up in your belief systems around it right now. I am by no means saying that you are wrong in the situation, but I think you are so emotionally tied up in it that you're going to find it very difficult to shift your perspective enough to move from it. But I think once you decide to do that, to look at this subjectively, you're going to be shown the way. It says here you will be shown the way, and I feel like I've just heard it in my ears. You've been shown the way if you're willing to see. If you're willing to see the way. Fair-haired woman, probably fairly self-explanatory and really broad. But there's a fair-haired woman involved in this. The fair-haired woman in the situation, it could be you, it could be somebody else in the situation, and blonde, grey, white, whatever. I feel is a positive energy. Like I said, it could be you, it could be somebody else. There's a positive energy around this fair-haired woman. Equally caught up in the drama, if it's not you. Equally caught up in it, but actually a really good and balanced person who only wants the best for all involved. I get a really warm energy from whoever this is. Like I said, if it's you or someone else in the situation, I get a really warm energy. So if this is somebody else in the situation, this person is somebody who wants the best for you and is an ally and wants the best for all or most people involved. An emotionally secure love and family is important to you. And I feel like there's aspects of your family related to this situation that's just not there at the moment. So because it's important to you, I do think you need to take the time to try and step out of the emotion of it. Try and look at it subjectively. Like I said, imagine like it was happening in someone else's family. If you looked at it subjectively from all sides, What stance would you take? What advice would you give to that person? I think it's important that you do that to make this situation better. And again, I did a reading, recently, and it was all about mindset, and it's the same. The whole situation may not change, but if your mindset and approach towards it changes, immediately it will feel better. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. I don't necessarily feel that that's all secrets. I just feel like everybody's talking about everybody, or those involved. Everyone's talking, giving their opinion to each other and looking for allies, and it's just got out of hand. I do feel strongly that there was, one particularly, I'm going to use the word difficult because it's all that's coming to my mind, difficult character, possibly two, who triggered this whole situation, and it's just grown and grown and grown, and good people have been dragged into it. There's one or two definite prickly characters who have exasperated it, and actually in some ways there's one of them definitely who thrives on it, thrives on the drama. That's just their energy. What you reap you will reap what you've sown. Okay, so you act with integrity in this situation, and be willing to just wipe the slate clean, maybe. And that doesn't mean that you have to be best pals with everyone again, but I do think if you take the time to view this subjectively, decide how you really feel about it, try and let go of some of the emotion that you're just holding on to because you feel like either they're in the wrong or you've been done wrong to, or both. That doesn't mean that that's not true. It doesn't mean it's not true, but it's like holding on to a coal and expecting it to burn somebody else. Okay, you'll reap what you sow. So if you are unwilling to look at it, unwilling to try and change your perspective, your mindset, unwilling to forgive and move on, you're going to get caught in this cycle. This whole situation is just going to be a cycle that won't stop. You reap what you sow. If you decide to, in some ways, be the bigger person, look at it subjectively and think, okay, look, I'm just going to forgive this. Doesn't mean you have to forget it, okay? But again, holding on to the coal, expecting it to burn somebody else, you'll benefit from that. You'll benefit from just loving yourself enough to release yourself of it. That's what it boils down to, loving yourself enough to release yourself from it. Oh God, I just Archangel Zadkiel, forgiveness. Raphael, love and healing. Okay, that's just what I feel. I mean, it doesn't actually say healing on this card. It does say love, but we all associate him with healing, and I definitely, in this situation, he's here because forgiveness will bring healing to this situation. Yeah. Forgiveness will definitely bring healing to this situation. So, yeah, that's why they're here. Have confidence, boundaries. Confidence and boundaries, okay? So when you reevaluate, when you decide how you want to move forward here, have your boundaries. Don't allow this to get in on you again. Have confidence and set your boundaries. That's how you move forward from this. Once you do whatever releasing it is you need to do, the forgiveness, the healing will come. Have your boundaries going forward. Don't allow yourself to be dragged into it again. You might need to put solid boundaries in place with some of the prickly characters in the situation involved, and have the confidence, strength, balance, tranquil, move forward. I'm drawn over here to our tarot cards now. The illusion of entrapment has immediately caught my eye. So the illusion of entrapment, that's what this is. It's an illusion of being trapped in this situation, this difficult, kind of stagnant, heavy situation that's going on within your family. You're not trapped in it. You have the choice. You have the choice to do what we've already discussed. I won't repeat it again. I'm looking at this. She's meditating. I don't know if it's necessarily something for you to meditate. Maybe you do meditate and you want to meditate on the situation, but I do think this is definitely linking in and just reaffirming what I've said here. You just need to take a bit of a break from it, and a break from the narrative that's going around in your own head about it, and do that subjective look. Oh, it even says on here, remain objective. You need to. That's what this is telling us. Move on. Seek more from life than what you are experiencing. And great sadness that will heal with time. So go within. You're not trapped in it. You just think you are. It is absolutely an illusion. I think this is a past. You have experienced great sadness in relation to this whole situation, but it will heal with time. Healing misunderstandings. There you are. Personal growth that comes from challenges. I think when you extrapolate yourself from this situation, when you decide you're just going to approach it differently, there's it's going to be a lesson, it's going to be a skill, a tool, whatever word you want to use, that you'll carry forward into other situations in your life. You will be better as a result. Wishes come true, your dreams become reality, magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. That's it. This is all, it's not all within your hands. That's not a fair thing to say, because I think there are a number of people involved here in this. But it's within your hands how you want to allow it to affect you moving forward. Take your time. Look at it subjectively. Decide how you're going to change your approach to the situation, because that's the only power that you have in the situation, how you're going to approach it. That's it. That's the only power that you've got. You can't control other people, what they say, what they do, how they behave, how they think. Their narrative to this whole thing may not change, but as long as yours does, that's all you can control. And that's what will directly impact your well-being, your emotional state, your mental health, and how you feel about the characters within your family. But there's a lot of really good people who've been caught up in this and a lot of really good people who are just so bogged down by the details of it and the fact it's been rumbling on for so long and the he said, she said. So you take the first step. Let go of this illusion of entrapment. Open up to the forgiveness and the healing. Move forward with confidence, with your boundaries, that you're not going to be sucked in again. The sadness is the state that you're in now. That's the sadness. It will heal with time. Let go. Let go. I'm feeling it really strongly. This has been your reading, pile number 3. I hope it has resonated. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel to never miss another video. Really appreciate if this resonated, if you would leave a comment in the comment section. Makes a difference to small channels like this, helps people to hear the messages also that they need to hear. So thank you so much for your time today. Bye.